Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am the EE Guru, and today we'll be going over voltage division example problems. If you're not familiar with voltage division, I recommend you watch my previous video where I covered voltage division. Then you could come back to this video and we could work on these problems together. So let's dive right on into it. We're told to solve for the unknown voltage drop. So if we take a look at example problem number 1, we see that we have a 10 volt voltage source in series with a 4 ohm resistor and a 2 ohm resistor, each having a voltage drop of V1 and V2 respectively. So the way we're going to go by solving these type of problems is we're going to write down the voltage division equation and then plug in the values to solve for both V1 and V2. We know that the voltage division equation for V1 is equal to Vs multiplied by R1 divided by R1 plus R2. And we know the voltage division equation for V2 is Vs multiplied by R2 divided by R1 plus R2. And all we have to do is plug in the correct values for the specific variable. So in this case, Vs is equal to 10 volts, R1 is equal to 4 ohms, and R2 is equal to 2 ohms. So if we plug in the correct values, we should get this correct. So let's solve for V1 now. V1 will equal 10 volts multiplied by 4 ohms divided by 4 ohms plus 2 ohms. And we can evaluate this to be 40 divided by 6 volts. So V1 is equal to 40 divided by 6 volts. V2 is equal to 10 multiplied by 2 divided by 4 plus 2. And we could evaluate that to 20 divided by 6 volts. So that's the answer for V1 and V2. Next, we will do the same thing for problem number 2. We know that V1 is equal to Vs times R1 divided by R1 plus R2. So let's just plug in our values. 20 times 5 divided by 5 plus 5. And we get V1 is equal to 100 divided by 10. We could simplify that to 10 volts. And for V2, we know that V2 is equal to 20 times 5 divided by 5 plus 5. And we get 100 divided by 10, which is also equal to 10 volts. So that's the answer for V1 and V2. The voltage drop across both 5 ohm resistors is 10 volts. So problem number 3 is a challenge problem. I want you guys to solve this problem on your own. It's a little bit tricky because we're given V2, but we don't know R1 or V1, and we have to try to solve for R1 and V1 given V2. And also given the source voltage, 100 volts. So try to solve this problem on your own, and if you're feeling confident, you could write your answer that you got into the comment section, and I'll reply to the first correct answer that I see. So that's the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.